Hello there, my Battlefield friends and fans. Welcome back to Battlefield 5. We are on Wake Island. This map just came out a few days ago, and I'm so excited that I actually decided to go back to playing Battlefield 5 just before this map came out. And I actually didn't do it because of it. I didn't even know that this map is coming out until a few days ago. So I was just positively surprised or happy that I got into this game just in time, so I can play this map along with everyone else and be new to it like everyone else is, instead of being the only one that doesn't know this map. Actually, I should know this map really well because I love this map in Battlefield 1943, which is one of the games I played the heck out of it. I think I got like 100% completion on it. And I just love every minute of it. That was one of my absolute favorite Battlefield games. And Wake Island has always been a fan favorite. Look at this. I'm like, payback! This guy that just shot me, he should have moved because I remembered where he was. But anyway, I'm actually playing with the M1 Garant here, which was my favorite weapon in Battlefield 1943. That was actually the only really good weapon in Battlefield 1943, in my opinion. I love that weapon. It was so accurate, it was good out of the hip, and that was important in Battlefield 1943 because the only way you could shoot in Battlefield 1943 was out of the hip. There was no ADSing. So I just remembered that when I was playing here, and I was like, I wonder if this gun is actually doing well out of the hip. Let's try it. Let's try it. Nope. Not as good as I remember, or I just really suck. It's probably the second one, I just really suck. And I love how you can build those blocks here. That's also something new that is in the new Pacific maps. I don't know if they added it to the other maps, but I really love them. They're not only good to keep the vehicles at bay, but they're also really good to take cover, and I really make use of it right here. Up until Wake Island came out, I just played with the guns that I played 6 months ago, and I was doing just fine. I was happy because a lot of those new guns you have to unlock first, and I don't really have any interest right now to grind for a new gun. As long as I can do well with the guns that I already have, I don't really care. A lot of those guns are so similar anyway. And, you know, eventually I'll get into the mood where I feel like grinding for a new gun. Maybe when I get bored of just playing those maps and I need something to challenge myself. But I'm not quite there yet. But the one gun that you get right off the bat is the M1 Garant. And I heard so much about it, actually only good things. And when I first put it into my hands, I was like, I don't know what the big fuss about it is. It's not really any better than any of the other rifles or semi-auto rifles that I used in this game. But once you actually set it up properly, especially with a sight like this gun becomes pretty deadly, and it's a lot of fun. It is though important that you can be accurate, because sometimes people know how to avoid you by dancing around and strafing left and right. It's really hard to actually get them if you only have 8 bullets. A lot of times you just basically hurt them, but you don't actually get them. And that's one of the pet peeves I have in all the shooters, is that I am just really horrible at taking headshots, especially in multiplayers where you don't have time to think most of the time, and you can't really aim your gun, take your time aiming your gun. You have to make split decisions, and literally I just aim at the biggest part of the body, which is usually the belly, or even worse, the feet. No, it's usually the belly, and it just takes a lot more bullets to take someone down if you shoot in the midsection than you actually shoot at the head. Unless you're up close and personal like I was there. And I don't even know what I picked up here. I didn't need to do that. I hate when this happens, unless you end up with a good gun. But a lot of times you get revived, and then you end up with a new gun, and you're like, what the hell is that? And it's some kind of gun you're absolutely not used to. And this is just a good example, actually, how I wasn't able to take the guy down. First of all, he was moving. Second of all, I wasn't shooting at the head. I wasn't as accurate, and so I took a It took up all my 8 bullets, and he's still alive somewhere here. Hit this guy. I still can't take him down. This guy is still alive. Did you see that? That can be sometimes a little bit like, a little weird, because in real life this guy would have been bleeding out a long time ago. But anyway, I just absolutely love this map. It's kind of too bad it doesn't feel like Wake Island when you are someone like me who has all those like cherished memories of this island. I think mainly because there's so much more that they made to clutter up this map. And not that I don't like it, I actually like when there's a lot of buildings and stuff to take cover behind, and it also kind of makes the map interesting. But, you know, the older Wake Island, like the 1943 Wake Island map, just was pretty bare. It was beautiful. It had like this absolutely fantastic water that looks so realistic. I mean, for back then, I don't even know when the game came out, maybe 2009. The graphics were incredible, and I think that's another reason people just really loved it. But it was just mainly, so look at this guy. I'm shooting my own guy through the head in order to get this enemy. Well, I really wanted to get this kill, but don't try this at home, guys. Do not try this at home. Well, just kidding. So what happens to me a lot, which I realize every time I play this map, is that I desperately try to get this memory back of the good times on Wake Island. And it's just kind of really hard because, like, for example, we didn't have those tunnels right here. And so many things that didn't really exist on the original Wake Island map. But other than that, I mean, the map is accurate. It had those towers, it had the airfield, it had the bridges. It's just that gorgeous light blue water. So it is really the map. It's just really, really hard to kind of feel at home. Because it's changed so much with the additional buildings and additional cover and whatnot. But it's definitely a fun map, and I probably will play this map more than I will play any of the other Pacific Island maps, just because I'm such a fan of this map, and I don't know how other people feel about this, but I can imagine that this is probably going to be the most played maps of the 3 maps. Or there are 3 maps? I think there are 3 maps. I'm still really, really new to Battlefield 5. Well, not new, but I've been gone for 6 months, so I just still feel like a complete noob when I play this. But I don't care. I don't care if I do well or not. I just want to have fun, and that's really what matters. I want to help my team. I'm going for the win, and whatever I can do so we can win is what I'm going to do. And if you think my voice sounds funny, especially if you've been following me for a while, it's because I just got a cold. I was fighting this for weeks, never really got the cold, always had a dry cough and the feeling that I get sick, but never really got sick. Then it finally got me, and I think that's a good thing, because my body can finally process this and then hopefully be over with, and hopefully I will still hit healthy for the rest of the winter. It definitely would be nice. I haven't been sick in years because I've worked from home for so many years, and when you are not exposed to a lot of people every day, it's much easier to actually just never really get sick. And as soon as you are surrounded by a ton of people every day, it's really hard to stay away from it. And people can say what they want, keep your hands out of your face and stuff. It's just like you do it subconsciously without even knowing. But anyway, I felt like pretty bad last night, and I just wanted to go to bed, but something told me play this. I'm just like such a gamer. I was like, let's just play at least a couple of matches here, and you know what? After a couple matches, I felt so much better. I barely felt sick anymore. So thank you guys, whatever you did to make me feel good. But I had so much fun. I forgot about my cold. I had to sit upright. I had to think. And I just felt like so good afterwards. I was like, oh my god, I'm so glad I played. and at least I didn't like waste my week in the way just you know, sleeping, going to bed early, because I never really go to bed early. I usually go to bed like at 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning on the weekends, and whenever I go to bed early I feel like I'm wasting time, because you know, you can sleep when you're dead, isn't it? What all gamers say. Yeah. Well, back to the game. What we're actually doing here is defending this island successfully. We've been holding A for a really long time. The enemy was not able to take it. We were fighting hard, but they also are pushing really, really hard. And it looks like we're about to lose A, just about right here where I'm dying.
We are now losing objective Able.
Yep, looks like we have to move on, but the game has been going on for a really long time, so unless they are there's a miracle of some sorts, they're not gonna win this, because they have a lot of flags still in front of them, and we're pushing hard here. So right now we're trying to prevent them from taking B. A lot of us dying at this point, but we're still pushing hard. And there's a tank coming, and I don't really have any cover, and he's got a flamethrower on top of it, so this doesn't look very good. I'm trying to run from him anyway, because I don't have a chance. I have an RPG with 2 rockets, and I know it won't take him down. I won't have a chance, especially not without having any cover, so I'm hoping I'm getting away here. I feel pretty good, and he's taking me anyway, so this is definitely a pet peeve of mine, that it's really, really hard to take out tanks. It's harder than in any other game. I usually never had a problem taking out tanks or any armored vehicles in any other Battlefield game, but in this game, when you only have 2 rockets and each rocket only damages a vehicle or like an armored vehicle 20%, then before you run out of ammo, you have 40% damage, if you're lucky, maybe 60% damage, but you cannot take out a tank on your own with what you have. So you need like teammates that help you take out a tank. So if you're on your own and a tank comes off you, there's really nothing you can do but maybe shoot like 1 rocket, and the next time you try to shoot it, the tank will already get you. This happens to me all the time. I haven't been able to take out the tank on my own at all, ever in this game, and I find that a little frustrating, and maybe it's realistic, but sometimes too much realism is not good in a game, because at the end we're playing games because we want to have fun, and we're not like trained soldiers. This is not reality. And while I love reality, some reality, it doesn't all have to be complete reality. I have to say, I do not have fun in this game when it comes to tanks. When tanks are roll around, I'm like, the heck out of there. Not even tanks, any armored vehicle, really. Because I just know that I can't take them down unless I have teammates helping me out. And with that, the match ended, and as expected, we won. This wasn't easy because the enemy was pushing hard, but it made it challenging, and it was a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. If you did, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and I hope I see you in the next video. Until then, take care, happy gaming, bye bye!